Black baseball in Cleveland had a rather spotted history. There were Bears, Browns, Cubs, Elites, Hornets, Tigers, Giants, Red Sox Stars, and Tate Stars, all playing in the Negro National League or the Negro American League or the EWL League, and I'm not sure what EWL stood for, 1932 Eastern, maybe East-West League, I don't know. But there were various teams that played in Cleveland, with only the Cleveland Buckeyes, who played there from 1942 through 1950, showing any longevity. The Buckeyes split the 1942 season with Cincinnati, and then they played in Cleveland through 43 through 48, and they were very successful in those years, winning the National Negro American League pennant in 45 and 47. They won the World Series in 45, beating the Home State Grays 4-0. They lost the 47 series, losing to the New York Cubans. The Cleveland Buckeyes became the Louisville Buckeyes in 1949, and then they returned to Cleveland in 1950, but disbanded in the middle of the 1950 season. But during the Buckeye years, Major League Baseball was getting closer to integrated baseball. And I learned 2 weeks ago through the PBS program, The History Detectives, that there was a integrated barnstorming team, the Jackie Robinson barnstorming team, following the 1947 season. Well, that's not right. Following the 1946 season, Jackie Robinson put together a barnstorming team that included 2 white players who played against a team managed by Hannes Wagner that was made up of Major League white players from the Pittsburgh Pirates and Cincinnati Reds. Jackie Robinson's team included Larry Doby, Monty Irvin, and Roy Campanella. But they also included 2 white players, one named Marvin Mackley, an outfielder, and shortstop Al Campanis, both teammates from the Montreal Royals that Jackie played with in the 1946 season. Yes, that was that Al Campanis, who was later fired for comments he made in public about Negroes not being bright enough to be managers in Major League Baseball. The History Detective Show had the scorecard to the game played in Ford Field, the very first time an integrated team played on a Major League ball field. Jackie Robinson, by the way, in that game had a single, double, and a triple. Hello, everybody. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you Game 2 of the all-time great series between the 1934 Detroit Tigers and the 1945 Cleveland Buckeyes. Here are your starting lineups for today's game. The 1934 Detroit Tigers have JoJo White in center field, Pete Fox in right field, Charlie Gehringer at second base, Hank Greenberg at first base, Mickey Cochran catcher, Goose Gossel in left field, Marv Owen third base, Billy Rogel shortstop, and Tommy Bridges is the pitcher. For the Cleveland Buckeyes of 1945, Willie Grace is in right field, Avelino Canizares shortstop, Judd Jeffro in center field, Archie Ware first base, Buddy Armour left field, Parnell Wood third base, Johnny Cowan in second base, Quincy Troop in catcher, and George Jefferson is the pitcher. In basic Apba all the way as our game engine, and the Buckeyes have a 1-0 game as a result of their 7-2 win yesterday over the Tigers. George Jefferson, brother of Bill Jefferson, yesterday's winning pitcher, is on the mound. He's towing the rubber. He's the much younger brother. Bill was 40 years old in 1945, and George is 22. Here is JoJo White stepping in the box for Detroit, and we're going to go with the blue and red colors of the Cleveland Buckeyes. Reading the blue die first, 42 is a base on balls to JoJo White. And right away, the Tigers have speed on first base, which is going to mean I think Pete Fox is going to hit and run. 46 is a 29. The runner had started. And that's going to be a bunt, pitcher to first base, sacrifice. 1-3. And that puts White at second with just one out. Charlie Gehringer. Greenberg was Detroit's next best star after Ty Cobb. He cranked out 20-plus seasons in the major leagues and was the 1937 MVP when he had 371. But pretty much every year you count him for 200 hits and a 300 average. Here's the pitch to Gehringer. 65 is a 35. That's going to be a foul out to the third baseman. And that's caught by Woods. Parnell Woods, 2 away. Here's Hank Greenberg. Greenberg with a chance to put his team on top. Tigers must win to stay in the tournament. Here's the pitch. 51 is a 8 against an A, and that is going to be a ground ball to Parnell Woods at third base. He throws the first, 3 outs. Go to the bottom of the first inning. Buckeyes coming to the bat with no score. Willie Grace will lead off for the Cleveland Buckeyes. He had a double in yesterday's game. 1-6 is a ground ball to the shortstop. And Willie Grace is the first out, 6-3. Avelino Canaveras. .41 is a 24. That's also a ground out to Billy Rogel at shortstop, 2 outs. And now Sam the Jet Jethro is up to the plate. Let's get the right plug on the plate. The Buckeyes are batting. Here's the pitch to Sam Jethro. 41 is a third ground ball to Billy Rogel. He makes all 3 plays. We go to the top of the second. No score. Player manager Mickey Cochran leads off for the Detroit Tigers in the top of the second inning. 31 is a 9. That's going to be a ground out to the Cleveland shortstop, Canizares, 1 away. Goose Goslin. 45 is a base on balls. Goslin has average speed at first base. Marv Owen is the hitter. Tigers only got 4 hits in yesterday's game. They were all extra base hits, 3 doubles and a home run. Here's Marv Owen. 45 is going to be 2 balls. Nope, he doesn't have the Z, so that's another walk. First and second for Detroit. That's the 3rd walk in the game by Jeff Jefferson. Shortstop Billy Rogel. We're getting toward the bottom of the order, but he still had an effective stick. 296 with 100 RBIs and 114 runs scored. Here's the pitch to Billy Rogel. 62 is a fly ball to right field. And the runners will have to hold. Both teams are fielding column 1 on defense. Here's the pitcher, Tommy Bridges. 1-1 roll for Bridges. That's an 8, though, and that's not going to get it done. It's a ground ball to third base, 5-3. So the Tigers strand 2 more runners. We go to the bottom of the second inning, no score. Tommy Bridges is completing his warm-up tosses here in the bottom of the second. He is a Detroit Tiger through his career. Appeared in 424 Tiger games, won 194, lost 138. Here's the pitch to... He is primarily a curveball pitcher, by the way, and Archie Ware is the batter for Cleveland. 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll for Archie Ware, the Buckeyes first baseman. 24 is a double, leadoff double for Archie Ware. He is a fast runner as well at second base. Scoring position, nobody out. Buddy Armour. Buddy Armour was 2 for 5 yesterday with an RBI. Here's the pitch to Armour. 1-3 is a 14. That's going to be a base on balls. first and second, and the Buckeyes have something brewing in their second. Parnell Woods. 23 is a 26. That's going to be an infield pop-up. Geringer is under it and makes the catch. One down. Nobody advances on the pop-up. Johnny Cohen. 2 for 5 yesterday with an RBI. 61 is a 24, though. And that is going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And Bridges pitches out of the jam. We go to the third inning. No score. Joyner White leads off for the Detroit Tigers in the top of the third. 25 is the roll. That's going to be a single for JoJo White. And he has an opportunity to steal on the first pitch, which he'll take that chance. Quincy Troop is a 9 defensive catcher, 11 through 26. He'll throw him out. Here's the throw, 16. And Quincy Troop throws out JoJo White. And let's see, we got a right-hander batter up, so that would be 2-4, 1 down. Here is Pete Fox. The base is now clear. 22 is a 8. Pop out to third base, 2 away. Charlie Geringer. 64 is a walk. And the only kink in Jefferson's armor today is 4 walks. And we're not through 3 innings. Hank Greenberg comes to bat. Greenberg had 2 doubles yesterday. 2 for 4. 25 is an 8 with a runner on first. On an A, that's going to be a ground out to first base. Pitcher covering. 3-1. That ends the Tigers' top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Tigers nothing and the Buckeyes nothing. Quincy Troop, who caught JoJo White stealing in the last half inning, will lead off for the Buckeyes. He is the player manager of the Cleveland Buckeyes. 31 is a base on balls. We're dealing with a apparently tight strike zone here today. Troop is slow. The Buckeyes will play it safe on the base pass. Pitcher George Jefferson steps in the box, and he is not a bad hitter. He might just take his swings. Here's the pitch. 61 is going to be a double play, though. Hit on the ground to shortstop Billy Rogel to Geringer over Greenberg. 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs, top of the order, and Willie Grace. There's a windup by Bridges, and the pitch, 61, is another ground ball to Billy Rogel, who's been very active in this game. He has fielded 6 or 7 ground balls and started 2 double plays. It's the end of the third. We go to the top of the fourth. Nothing. Jeff Jefferson was born in Boley, Oklahoma. His brother was born in Clearview, Oklahoma. Pitches to Mickey Cochran. 55 is a pop out to the third baseman. That's Parnell Woods. 1 down in the fourth. Goose Goslin. 42 is a walk. That's 5 walks given up by Jefferson, but the Tigers have not been able to make him pay, as they're just not getting the hits. Here is Mickey Owen, Marv Owen, 35. That's a 9. Gets an A. That's going to be a single, infield single variety, first and second for the Tigers with 1 out. Here's the shortstop, Billy Rogel. Rogel was 1 for 3 yesterday with a double. 51 is a 9. That's going to be a ground ball back to Jefferson. He throws the first. 1-3. 2 outs. Runners advance to second and third, and here's the pitcher, Tommy Bridges. '61 is a fly out to left field. We go to the bottom of the fourth. No score. All right, Avelino Canizares will lead off for the Buckeyes. He is in his only Negro League season. Most of his career he played in Mexico. Some of that was with the Mexico City Reds. Here's the pitch to Canizares, 51. 8 against a B is a fly ball to center field. JoJo White makes the catch. And that is the first ball hit in the air by the Cleveland Buckeyes here in the fourth inning. Everything else has been ground balls. Here is San Jethro. 12 is a 25. That's hit on the ground to second base, or X. X is a strikeout because Bridges has the strikeout modifier. First strikeout for Tommy Bridges. 2 outs. Archie Ware steps into the plate. Doubled his first time up. 26 is a ground ball back to Bridges. He's got it. Throws the first. 3 up and 3 down for the Buckeyes in the fourth. Go to the top of the fifth inning. Nothing. The Tigers have already stranded 6 runners in this game. Let's see if they can get the line moving here in the fifth inning. They're at the top of the order. JoJo White. 35 is a 40. Foul ball, strike 1. There's the 0-1 pitch to JoJo White. 62 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout for Jeff Jefferson. Here's Pete Fox. 31 is the roll. That's a 9. And a ground out to shortstop, 6-3. 2 away. Charlie Gehringer. And 36 is rolled for Gehringer. That is a pop out to second base. And that ball is secured by Cowan at second. 3 up and 3 down for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Tigers nothing and the Buckeyes nothing. Buddy Armour will lead off the last of the fifth inning for the Buckeyes. 1-1 roll, that's going to be hit column. 16 is a single. Single for Buddy Armour. And those second column rolls that only result in singles, those are sometimes frustrating. Average speed at first. Parnell Woods will come to bat. Here's a stretch in the pitch. Woods squares around the bunt. 34 is a 31. That's going to be 3-4 covering at first. Sacrifice. Sending Armour to second base with 1 out. Johnny Cowan will come to bat. 2 for 5 yesterday. He's 2 for 6 in the series. Here's the pitch to Johnny Cowan. 14 is a fly ball to left field. Goose Goslin makes the catch. And that is 2 outs. Now the catcher, Quincy Troop. All right, Quincy Troop was born in Dublin, Georgia. He was the 10th of 10 children. So I'm sure that helped develop some toughness as he grew up. Here's the pitch to Quincy Troop. There's 2 outs and Buddy Armour at second base. 21 is the roll. That's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. Tommy Bridges pitches out of that jam. We go to the top of the 6th. There's still no score. Sometimes after the pitcher's grade and fielding rating, which is in parenthesis, there's another number in parenthesis. That's the number of batters they can pitch to before the point of weakness. If that's not there for starting pitchers, I make the 7th inning their point of weakness. So here in the top of the 6th, Hank Greenberg leads off for the Detroit Tigers. Here's the pitch to Hank Greenberg. Led the league in 1934 with 63 doubles. 1-6 is a roll. That's hit on the ground. And it will be an out. I just have to get on the right page. Round out the shortstop. 6-3, 1 away. Mickey Cochran. 63 is a fly ball to center field, and that is caught by Sam the Jet Jethro. 2 outs. Cochran is 0 for 3 in today's game. Here is Goose Goslin. 6-5 is going to be a pop out to the catcher, Quincy Troop. 3 up and 3 down. And Jeff Jefferson has retired 8 Tigers in a row. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, still no score. Jeff Jefferson will start off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Buckeyes. Here's the pitch from Bridges. 22 is going to be a base hit for Jeff Jefferson. That's the 3rd hit for the Buckeyes. Slow runner at first, and they'll play it safe on the base pass. Willie Grace. Grace will square around the bunt. 1-1, that's a 0 on the sacrifice. 35 is going to be a 6, 5-4 sacrifice. Sends the pitcher to second. Here is Avelino Canizares. He is the Buckeyes' best hitter. He hit 365. And Tommy Bridges is going to talk it over with Mickey Cochran. And they have decided to intentionally walk Canizares. That would set up a double play with 1 out. But Sam the Jet Jethro will come to bat. Canizares was a 365 hitter. Here's the pitch to Sam the Jet Jethro. 35 is a 8 against a B pitcher, first and second. That's going to be a ground out to third base. Marv Owen throws over to first. Runners advance to second and third, but there are 2 outs. Buckeyes have 2 men in scoring position. Here is Archie Ware. And this is the moment that could prove very big and potentially remove the Detroit Tigers out of the tournament if Archie Ware can do something here. Here's the pitch to Archie Ware. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Nope, it's not. It's an X. Tommy Bridges strikes out Archie Ware, strikeout victim, stranding 2 runners in scoring position. We go to the 7th. Still no score. This inning will be the point of weakness inning for both pitchers. If 3 bad things happen to them, their grades will go down a letter grade. Marv Owen leads off for the Tigers in the bottom of the 7th, top of the 7th inning. He was a 317 hitter in 1934. 33 is a hit column roll for Marv Owen. And 63 is a double, leadoff double for the Tiger third baseman. He is 2 for 3. Also has a walk. He's been on base all 3 times. That will bring up Billy Rogel, the shortstop who drove in 100 runs in 1934. Rogel is followed by the pitcher in white. Jefferson is going to pitch to Rogel. Here's the stretch and the pitch. 22 to Billy Rogel. That's going to be a 7 base hit. And Marv Owen scores the first run of the game. The Tigers lead 1-0. Yeah, that's 2 marks in his point of weakness inning against Jefferson. Runner on first. Now the pitcher, Tommy Bridges, probably will sacrifice. Here's the pitch. 42 is a 13. Foul ball, strike 1. Bridges shortens up on the bat. He squares around the bunt again. 36 is a 33. Fielded by the pitcher, who throws to the shortstop, Canizares, puts the tag on, or the force on Rogel. 1-6. So the potential sacrifice turns into a fielder's choice. Tommy Bridges is the runner at first. 1 down, and JoJo White. 22 for JoJo White. That's an 8 against an A. Ground out to the pitcher, flips to, or first base flips to the pitcher, covering first. 3-1. Bridges goes to second with 2 outs. Pete Fox. .64 is a swing and miss for strike 3. But on 2 hits, the Tigers get on the board. They lead 1-0. Okay, Cleveland is here today with only 16 players on their roster. And what they have available to them, though, is just 3 relief pitchers, 1 C and 2 D pitchers, and 2 position players, a fast-running outfielder and a slow catcher. So not a lot of options on the bench for Cleveland. Buddy Armour leads off the bottom of the 7th inning. Tommy Bridges toes the rubber in his point of weakness inning. Here's the pitch to Buddy Armour. 51 is a fly ball to center field. JoJo White is under it and makes the catch. 1 away. Parnell Woods will bat. Third baseman for the Buckeyes. Cleveland had 12 hits yesterday. They have managed only 3 today. Here's the pitch to Woods. 41 is a ground ball to Rogel at shortstop. 2 away. Johnny Cowan. 44 is a fly ball to JoJo White in center. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the 8th. Detroit 1 and Cleveland 0. Charlie Gehringer will lead off the 8th. Here's the pitch from Jeff Jefferson. 24 is a swing and miss. Strike 3. And Gehringer is 0 for 3 today. He has a walk. Here is Hank Greenberg. Greenberg went 2 for 4 yesterday, but today he is 0 for 3. 12 is a ground ball to second base, and that is Cowan with a throw to first. 2 outs. Now Mickey Cochran. 1-1 roll for Cochran. That's hit column. He had only 2 home runs, though, in 1934. 26 is a double for Cochran. Second base with 2 outs. Here's Goose Goslin. Walked twice and popped out to the catcher. 63 is a fly ball to center field. And that is caught by Sam the Jet Jethro for the final out of the top of the 8th. For the bottom of the 8th, Tigers hold a slim lead, 1-0. Down 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th, the Cleveland Buckeyes are going to send up a pitch hitter for Quincy Troop, the catcher. He is a catcher. Earl Ashby is a little better hitter in 1945. On deck is another pinch hitter, so that'll account for both the Buckeyes position players. And Harden is warming up in the bullpen to pitch the 9th for Cleveland. Here's Tommy Bridges. Here's the pitch to Earl Ashby. 1-5 is an 11 for Earl Ashby, and that is a single, and he could steal on the next pitch. Mickey Cochran is a 9, so 11 through 26 he'll be thrown out. Ashby's a slow runner, so maybe this will be like a delayed steal. I don't know. But the 11 gives him a steal. It's the only one on his card. He's going to try. Here's the throw. 43, and Ashby is safe. Sneaks into second base. Scoring position with nobody out. Ashby will stay in the game and catch in 9th. Here's the next pitch hitter, Lloyd Davenport. He's an outfielder. And Davenport will sacrifice. .64 is a 9, and that is going to be, oh man, it's safe at first. Fielder's choice. They make a play on the runner at third, but that fails. So that's quite the unusual result, a 9. So safe at first, play for runner at third fails. Doesn't say who made the play. And there's no scoring to it, I guess. It'd be a fielder's choice. But now the Buckeyes have first and third, nobody out, and the top of the order coming to bat. Davenport at first is rated fast. That brings up Willie Grace. Detroit will have to play the infield in first and third. I'm not going to count that as a bad thing against Bridges because it wasn't a hit. So he has only 1 mark on his point of weakness. Here's a pitch to Willie Grace. Infield in for the Tigers. 1-4 is a 30. That's a shallow. Let's see. That's going to be a X and a strikeout. So a very big strikeout for Tommy Bridges. Now there's 1 out. Here is Avelino Canizares. Infield still playing in. 63 is a 31. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. It will be deep enough to score the runner. So a sac fly by Avelino Canizares scores Ashby at third, and we are tied 1-1. Sam Jethro with now 2 outs. 42 is a ground out to third base, 5-3. We go to the 9th, all tied up, 1-1. Big pitch Harden is into relief for Jefferson. He's a grade D pitcher with a Y strikeout modifier. He is normally rated as a starting pitcher, so he will get 7 innings until his point of weakness if this game extends. Marv Owen lead off for the Detroit Tigers. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a ground out to third base. Parnell Woods throws the first, and it's 1 out. Billy Rogel, shortstop. 63 is a fly ball to center field, caught by Sam the Jet Jethro. 2 away, and Tommy Bridges. They're going to let Bridges go ahead and hit and pitch the 9th inning. Since there's 2 outs and nobody on, 16 is a 28 is a ground ball to shortstop. We got free baseball if the Buckeyes don't score in the bottom of the 9th. 1-1 tie. Archie Ware will be first up for the Buckeyes in the 9th. Here's the pitch. 56 is a pop out to the shortstop, Billy Rogel. 1 down. Here is Buddy Armour. 31 is a fly ball to center field. 2 outs. Parnell Woods. 25 is a base hit, and he will have a chance to steal second on the first pitch. And he'll try to take that chance. 11 through 26, he'll be out because Cochran is a 9 defender. 42, he is safe. Stolen base. That is the second bad thing to happen to Bridges, so he is not reduced yet. Johnny Cowan comes to bat with 2 outs. .44 to Cowan, that's a 8 with runner on second. That's going to be a ground ball to the pitcher, Bridges. Throws the first. 3 outs, and we're going to go to extra innings. Tied 1-1. We're at the top of the Tiger order in the 10th inning. Lowell Harden is the pitcher. 33 roll, that's going to be a single for JoJo White. He is 2 for 4 today. Fast rated runner at first. Pete Fox. Tigers will start the runner. 56 is going to be 34. Line drive to shortstop. The throw back over to first, and White is retired in the line drive double play. 6 to 3. Suddenly, there's 2 outs. Charlie Gehringer. 13 is a base on balls. That'll give Hank Greenberg a chance to do something here in the 10th. One roll for Greenberg. That's a 4. And that is a triple to left. That will score Gehringer. The Tigers take a 2-1 lead in the 10th. That is Greenberg's 3rd extra base hit in the series. He had 2 doubles yesterday. Mickey Cochran comes to bat. 23 is a 26. That's a runner on 3rd. 4 ground out to second base, 4-3. But the Tigers score, and it is 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 10th. All right, Chief Hoxa is losing in the bullpen for Detroit, but they're going to give Tommy Bridges a chance to complete this game. He'll be looking at the bottom of the order. That's Earl Ashby, the pitcher, and there are no more position players who could pitch hit for the pitcher, and Willie Grace. Here's a pitch to Earl Ashby. 24 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 down, and Tommy Bridges can see the finish line. Here's the pitcher, Lovell Harden. 21 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. And now Willie Grace. One roll for Grace. That's a hit column roll. He's got some 1s on this card. In the second column, there's about 5 1s. 36 is not one of those. That's a double for Willie Grace. And Bridges is now tired. He's a grade C. Evelino Canizares, a right-handed batter, is up to bat. Timeout. Mickey Cochran goes to the mound, and he's going to call in Vic Sorrell to pitch to Evelino Canizares. And Tommy Bridges gets a big round of applause as he goes to the dugout. He has a 1-run lead here in the 10th inning. 1 more out to get, but a tough one in Avelino Canizares. Sorrell is a grade D pitcher, but he'll be a grade C for same-sidedness pitching to this first batter. Here's the pitch to Canizares. 55 is a 8 against a C. That's a single over second, and that base hit drives home Willie Grace. Two to 2, and the Buckeyes have battled back here in the 10th. Run will be charged to Tommy Bridges, and now Sam the Jethro comes to bat. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. 3 outs. But the Buckeyes are still breathing. Go to the 11th inning, tied 2-2. Mickey Cochran leads off the Tiger 11th inning. Lovell Harden is still pitching. 54 is a fly ball to right field. That's not Mickey Cochran. It should be Goose Goslin, and that's still a fly ball to right field. 1 down. Marv Owen. 22 is going to be a single for Marv Owen, and he is 3 for 4 today. Average speed at first, Billy Rogel. 53 is an 18. Ground out to shortstop, and Owen goes to second. That's 2 outs. And timeout. All right, pitch hitter for Detroit is G. Walker, and he will have Owen at second base with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Harden. 56 is a swing and miss for strike 3. We go to the bottom of the 11th inning, tied at 2. Elon Chester Hogsett will be brought in the bottom of the 11th inning to pitch to the Buckeyes. He was called Chief Hogsett. Didn't have a lot of Indian blood in him. He said he had 132nd from his mother's side, but he had an Indian roommate in college, and that's where he picked up the nickname Chief. Archie Ware leads off for the Buckeyes. 33 is a single for Archie Ware. Fast runner at first. Buddy Armour is the batter. I'm not seeing a lot of 13s on his card. I think they'll hit and run. No extra 31s. But they're going to start the runner. Here's the pitch. 55 is an 8. And that's going to be a single to right. Runner to third. Against the facing the C pitcher, so that's what we do. First and third base hit for Buddy Armour, and big trouble here for the Tigers. All right, Eldon Ocker will be brought in to pitch for Detroit. He is a grade A pitcher for Parnell Woods because the same siding as the first batter, and he has a strikeout modifier Y and a control modifier Z. He was tomorrow's scheduled starter, but there will be no tomorrow if Cleveland scores here. So probably Marbury will start that game tomorrow for Detroit. And we're going to see Eldon Ocker. Now, Detroit pulls the infield in. First and third, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Parnell Woods. 16 is a 28. That's going to be a single to left through the drawn-in infield, and that has been the nemesis for the Tigers in this entire series. Base hit through a drawn-in infield. That scores Ware, and that's your ball game. The final score, Cleveland 3, Detroit 2. We'll be back with the wrap-up. To wrap up this exciting series, the Detroit Tigers had 2 runs on 8 hits and no errors, and the Cleveland Buckeyes had 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher was Lovell Harden, who came in relief of Jeff Jefferson. He pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 earned run. The losing pitcher was Chief Hogsett. And the star of the game would be Parnell Woods, the Cleveland Buckeyes third baseman, who got the game-winning single in the bottom of the 11th inning, driving in Archie Ware, for the run that eliminated the 1934 Detroit Tigers. And so far, 5 of the 7 Negro League teams that have competed in this all-time greats tournament have advanced to the second round. There are 2 more, the 27 American Giants and the 42 Monarchs of Kansas City have yet to compete. The 27 American Giants are going to have the 1920 Cleveland Indians to deal with, and they are a really good team. The 42 Monarchs will be playing the 01 Diamondbacks. But how the Negro League teams will do in the second round, that's going to be interesting because their pitching is generally not as deep as the white teams. In the second round, if a team won their first round in just 2 games, the third starter will pitch the first round and the second. And if the team had to take 3 games to win the first round, their fourth starter will be the first starter in the second round. After the first game of the second round, we'll go back to the top of the rotation, and everybody's number ones will be competing against each other there. That's how the pitching will go in the all-time greats tournament. Here is the Buckeyes' next opponent. They will be the 05 Astros, and tomorrow we will see the 1946 Red Sox take on the 2016 Chicago Cubs. Hope you enjoyed this series. Stick with us. This has been a good tournament. It's free to subscribe and hit the like button if you like what you see as well. Thanks for watching. Good day and God bless.